This mini lecture is the first in our series of opportunity cost and economic thinking. By the end of this mini lecture, you'll be able to define the terms scarcity and opportunity cost as economists use them. Scarcity means that there are never enough resources to satisfy all human wants. Um, just about every resource is scarce. There was a website that I used to post on. These days, it would probably be its own subreddit, but I am old, where a guy posted that we needed to do away with scarcity. And I was like, cool. How? He goes, well, people need to stop being greedy. Okay. I mean, I like the way you're thinking. And he said, if people weren't greedy, we would just have $10 computers and everybody would be happy. And my question for you then is, why do you think that isn't happening? Is it just the greed of computer producers? Or is there a reason that they're not charging $10 for the laptop that you might be watching this on? Scarcity is just the idea that there are limited resources and unlimited wants. Notice I don't say unlimited needs, but unlimited wants. Economics is the study of those trade offs and choices that we make. It's not all about money. Money makes it convenient, but economics is not all about money. And opportunity cost is what we give up when we choose one thing over another. Opportunity cost is always what you give up. That is, it is the value of your next best alternative. It's the value of what you could have chosen but didn't. So, for an individual, recognizing your opportunity cost can alter your personal behavior. This happens every semester with students who have always done all of the work because that's what they do. Oh, yeah, I'm a good student. I do my homework. Who, after we have this discussion, start thinking about what they're giving up in order to do their homework. So that's true in the short run. Keep in mind, though, opportunity cost doesn't just refer to the immediate thing that you're giving up, it also refers to what you're gaining or what you're giving up rather in the future. So think about the decision about whether or not to take a gap year or to take this summer off. For societal decisions, we have to look at the choices that we make and how they affect all of society. The example here on the slide, universal health care would be nice, but the opportunity cost means that we'd have to give something up. We might have to give up housing or national defense or environmental protection. There are trade-offs for everything because resources are limited, even though wants are not. In terms of division of labor derives from opportunity cost. When we divide labor, we slice up the work and give different jobs to different people. Workers and firms specialize. There used to be a lot of businesses that were what we called conglomerates that produced many different types of goods. These days, we're seeing a lot more specialization and we're seeing a lot more efficiency that way. When we use the word autarky, which is that weird Greek-looking word at the bottom of the first block, that means consuming only what you produce. So, for example, in economics classes in grad school, we often solve a lot of problems where there's one guy living on an island and he has a coconut tree and he has to choose whether to consume the coconut or plant it and how much of the coconut to consume. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I fell asleep there for a minute. Um, that would be an economy in which we're practicing autarky. You could think of autarky as a guy who runs his own farm, who only consumes what he grows on his own farm, maybe slaughters his own animals, maybe brews his own beer like all tubby bearded white guys do. Um, or You can think of it as a country consuming only what that country produces, the way we might think of North Korea today, although that's not technically correct. Division of labor increases production in part because of economies of scale. When you do a lot of something, it's usually easier to do than when you only do it once in a while. Specialization only makes sense if workers can use the income they make doing something that's easy for them to buy something that would be difficult for them to consume. The market lets you specialize your skills and then use the money you receive to buy goods and services that you want. Produce what is cheap to you and expensive to others, and then trade it to people who want it for what's cheap to them but expensive to you. The reason we have pins being shown here is because Adam Smith, who is a dead white guy, and well regarded as the father of economics because he wrote the book The Wealth of Nations, used the example of a pin factory. And I'm not going to make you guys read that, but that's the reference being made here. So let's ask two questions about opportunity cost and specialization. One, can LeBron James move his own furniture? Go ahead and pause the video lecture if you'd like to think about whether LeBron James can move his own furniture. I'm gonna say yes. He's a big, strong dude. He can manage it. Um, then should he? I'm gonna say probably not. LeBron probably is not going to move his own furniture when he moves from one house to another, when he takes his talents back to South Beach or wherever he's going next. I know, it's a dated reference. I'm sorry. Uh, he probably pays somebody to do that for him. Think about why he might, what the opportunity cost of moving his own furniture might be. It's the end of the lecture. What is scarcity? Oh, there's a typo on the slide. What is scarcity? Explain its economic impact. What are productive resources? We'll talk about that in our next lecture. What's opportunity cost and its importance in decision making? And why do trade and markets exist?